everybody. So I was looking for videos on YouTube to help me look at what's the issue with this dryer here, and I couldn't find any that were really that helpful. So I decided to just make my own because that's fun. But this is a Kenmore Elite dryer. This is powered by gas. I'm not sure the difference between the models of gas and electric, but it's a Smart Heat Quiet Pack 9. And what was happening is when we would hit as the power is disconnected right now, we would hit like any of these buttons to get the system going and start flashing. And when you hit start, you'd hear something like a click, and then it wouldn't do anything. And you're like, what the heck? And this check lint screen liked to flash, but I don't think that had anything to do with it, but maybe that's a symptom of it. But I went ahead and went to go check the bottom side here, and I'm looking for the thermal fuse. There's also I think the main board is something you can check, and then the dryer drum belt. Those are kind of the three main things you need to check out. But to do those checks, and usually it doesn't take this would probably take you about 20 minutes. I used my handy dandy digital multimeter here, get from like Walmart for like $18. And I had a little baby wrench, which I think is a 6.5 millimeter, to take off the screws. So let me show you real quick where these screws are. This won't take very long at all, I promise. So what this looked like, and you're gonna want to remove your, there's some clothes in there. You're gonna want to remove the screen here, the lint screen. But this big old blue thing is right here. And it fit up inside there, and I can't really show you. But it's the second panel piece. And there were two screws, one right there, and the other one right here. And all you gotta do, it's gonna resist you a little bit. You just pull out and pull down, and that'll come down. Next, there was this really gross, I guess it's like a lint collector. I don't really understand. It's got a bunch of junk in there, and when I opened this, it was a total mess. But that was sitting right over here, over this blower. Blows the hot air into the drum, I'm pretty sure. But it had like 3 screw points, one there, one up here, and then one, gosh, it may have been right here, this hole. I'm not totally sure. Yeah, that was it. Oh, sorry, it was right here. Just want to give you a clear view. And I apologize, I'm not doing this in reverse. I took it apart because my camera had died, battery. But I wanted to go ahead and clean it out too. This was covered in dust. Like, I don't understand why this device wasn't capturing it and the screen wasn't, but I recommend taking a shop vacuum and vacuuming this out, and that will greatly help you. And again, I'm gonna include the lists of tools you might need in the description or anything like that. So I'll have the tools you need and any part numbers that you might need to replace on this particular Kenmore model. So right here, this is the dryer. This is the gosh, I always forget the names of things when I'm going to work on them, but this is the thermal fuse. This thing is something that helps regulate the temperature, so if it gets too hot, the fuse will blow, preventing your dryer from possibly catching fire. This is your thermistor, and this is gonna be resistant to voltage depending on the heat. The higher the heat, I believe, the lower the voltage. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it's higher or lower. You know, I think the resistance actually gets higher the higher the temperature. So as this gets hotter, the resistance in this goes higher. So at room temperature, this thermistor is going to show about 10,000 ohms of resistance. And this little booger, if you take a continuity tester, and I'll show you, this symbol right here, that's continuity. That little, it looks like a little cone. And you're gonna just turn it over to, if I can just get it with one hand. Sorry, I don't have, my tripod's too big for this. You would put it on that, and you would take your 2 probes, and I'll actually show you this real quick. If I can do this one-handed, this is kind of hard. You touch there, and you want to touch there, and you hear that beeping sound? That means you have continuity, and that means your fuse is not blown. Now, just to wrap up this video, I cleaned everything up, I checked the fuse, I was on my way to check some circuitry and some wires to make sure nothing was going on. And then I looked over here, and I'm gonna walk out of it, actually I have it right below me, and I looked over there and I saw this little thing. I'm gonna show you, this was dangling down, and I thought maybe that was a wire, but then I realized this is actually the drum belt. So the dryer drum belt, as you can see, it's called carbon and nasty and gross. So over time the heat destroyed the belt, and then it just snapped, and that's why the dryer wasn't spinning. and then the motor wasn't actually turning anything. The motor's actually right there. That thing is what spins the dryer belt around in the drum. So I'm going to include the part number for the dryer belt here. I'm going to include the part number for the I always forget the name of these things. The thermal fuse, as well as the thermistor. Actually, you probably won't even need to change this, but this fuse can blow, and that should be good. But I'll also include the tools you need. But yeah, I hope this helps. If I can, I'll show you a video of how to take this apart to replace the belt. I currently don't have the belt. I got to order it. So yeah, I hope this helped, and I hope if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer them. But again, this is a Kenmore Elite Quiet Pack 9 gas powered. And of course, before you do all this, make sure you unplug the power because you will get electrified. So good luck, and yeah, take care. So I'm back again. I did manage to find the belt part at Lowe's. It's a smart choice. You can probably see it better on the camera. Drive belt for 27-inch wide dryers. It's 93 inches in, I think, circumference. I think about that. This is my broken one, but I'm going to replace this. In the comments below, I'm going to include a link to a video giving a more in-depth description how they break this down and switch the belt out. But I hope that helps, and I hope this video made things a little more clear what was going on. And yeah, our laundry in here, need to get this changed out. So see you next time, and good luck.